Now, honestly, I briefly considered just fighting Motor before Bone Mass, since Motor is relatively easy, in my opinion. Editing Grayson here, and I'd like to amend that statement. Perhaps I was being a bit arrogant when I said it. Let's gather around the campfire. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Valheim Legend of Grey. Last week there was no video as I've been working on videos from the Grayson Only Knows Valheim server, which you should definitely go check out. Now last time I did everything in my power to beat Big Daddy Bone Mass, and I was extremely successful. In today's episode, I am not slowing down. Motor is about to meet her maker. However, I want to focus on the house a bit more before heading out to the mountains. The outside structure of the base is practically done, but the inside is far from it, so it's time for some interior decorating. Starting here with my kitchen, I mentioned in the last episode that I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, but now I have a bit of a vision. Let me just scrap all of this real quick and I'll get started with the chimney for my cooking fire. My basic idea here is that I want a pretty large opening so that I can reach everything, and also so that it feels like a nice big kitchen oven kind of thingy. The rest of this room is going to take some time to figure out exactly what kind of vibe I want to go with, so with the power of editing, here we are. Alright, so here on the left side I have a bunch of storage chests for my different types of berries, vegetables, meats, etc, etc. And then here we have a chest with different kinds of finished meals, which is pretty empty right now, unfortunately. Here are some ingredients for meads, as well as sausages and some more advanced foods. I've got a level 3 cauldron. The only 3 turnips that I own are in that spice rack, so I might have to break that later on. Here we have a nice table with a little bit of food on it, just small decorations, and a little crate full of some mushrooms and berries. I think it adds like a nice vibe to the room. But it feels very homey and very kind of like lived in and warm. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, so here we have the entryway into my house. And, well, I wanted a bar. So I built a bar. You can see I decorated it with a lot of different types of mead, as well as some tankards for decoration. And if I run around here, these shelves are actually functional. Inside there's a chest, and I'm storing my meads in there for right now. If I run back around the side here, you can see there's a chest on the far wall, and in this chest I am storing my mead bases, of which I currently have none. I also have 2 beer kegs for decoration, and I named the different types of beer, so to speak, after some of my viewers who comment fairly often. We have the Timla Porter, and the Life is a Freaking Mess Lager. So, thank you to you two, but also thank you to everyone else out there who likes, comments, and watches these videos. I really, really appreciate all the support. Next up is the bedroom. And this is awesome because I've been sleeping in a bed downstairs by the fire, like some kind of peasant. So it'd be nice to have an actual bedroom. And now that the kitchen is installed, I can put the chimney up here. And then I'm going to install the roof and get to the interior afterwards. But for all of you, I'm going to use the power of editing again to skip right to it. Alright, so I have my new bedroom here with the new bed. Looks really, really comfy. Up top I have the Eikthyr trophy from my original house, as well as some black banners for decoration. And in the corner I have my ward as well, which is also just decoration since I'm alone in this world. Here I have a nice little wardrobe design that I found on YouTube, and I've kind of just stacked some items on it, a couple meads, my Hornet Celebration, Tverga Circlet, and a couple of skulls, because at heart, I'm an emo kid. Here underneath I have a little bit of storage for some valuable items, which there isn't much in there right now, but there's a little bit. I also have my wealth kind of flaunting around the room with a big pile of money and some stacks of coins. I have a nice throne here for brooding, so I can look menacing and think about Viking things. And I have an armor stand with some of my old iron armor on it. Out here, there's a balcony, which is a nice little wraparound balcony. I haven't really done anything out here, so I'm going to probably install some lights and see what else I can come up with. Maybe a window would be a good idea here. Now, I'm sure some of you sharp-eyed viewers have noticed the red jute carpets on my floor, and you may be asking yourselves, wait, when did he go into the frost caves? And the answer is easy. Right before starting this interior decoration. You see, I had seen a frost cave entrance right as I was entering the mountains biome last episode, and marked it on the map. These caves hold a lot of good loot, like all of the Fenrir armor materials, and of course the red jute for decoration. They also have a lot of these Fenrir claws, which can be used for a number of things, one of which is to perfect my wood and stone farm, so I don't have to use campfires anymore. In total, there were 4 frost caves on this one mountain, one of which was guarded by these shadow werewolf things. And I got a ton of good loot. However, I want to focus on one of the caves specifically because of its rarity. So first things first, in this frost cave, I found one of these little pools with fish in it. Now, I have never seen one of these before, and I was actually a bit shocked when I came across it, since I didn't know it was a thing. But I suspect it might have to do with this next thing I found. An underground lake. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, there are only up to 3 of these per world, so they are pretty rare. They come with a fishing rod and, of course, 2 golems who like to murder people. Good thing I'm a brave Viking warrior who fought them to the death. After that, I turned this dreary little hall here into my portal room. I have here a portal to the trader, in case I need to go back and trade some things, as well as a couple of flower pots for the aesthetics, because why not? Here, the portal to the mountain I've been running around in this episode, as well as a couple of armor stands for decoration. I have here a portal to Bone Daddy, in case I need to go back to the swamp, and a little altar type of thing with a dragon egg for decoration. I mean, why the yellow mushrooms, you ask? I don't know. Why not? Over here, a maypole for the comfort bonus, and someone's in my kitchen. Who are you and what are you doing here? Die. That's because I left my door. There's another one. There's another one. You die too. Man, I really gotta stop these guys spawning in my base. With that, I was ready to head back into the mountain in search of some more silver. As I said in the last episode, silver usually isn't so easy to find. Most of the time you beat bone mass for the wishbone, and you use it to track down the silver like this. Unless you want to use a sledgehammer to prospect for it, but that's not really my thing. Unluckily for me, this silver was hidden under a giant rock, but I soon found it and set up to work uncovering the entire vein. At this point I began upgrading my gear and gathering some supplies, and I noticed that my storage room, well, I wouldn't really call this a storage room, it's more of a few chests in a big empty room, but either way it was filling up. So I upgraded things a bit. Alright, so here is the new and improved storage room. I didn't change a lot of things, I added some windows in on each side, and I added some more chests in, which are going to be slowly filling up, and I'll be slowly adding more in as I progress through the world and gather more items. What I did add, though, is this crane. And it's not the best design I've ever seen for a crane, but I did look at some inspiration online, and this is what I came up with. I added those little crates in there, which are actually full of some resin, which is kind of a nice touch, I think. Back around this side, I just have a window. I mean, why not? A little bit of extra window is probably not a bad thing to have in the build. Hey, buddy. Okay, yeah, let's just take this guy out. I can't have these guys hanging around my base. They're always here. They're always hanging out in my base. Some kind of gray something. Now that the house is basically finished, I thought I'd celebrate a little bit. So, watch this. Yeah, fireworks, baby. I bet some of you didn't know that you could do this in the game. With that, I gathered my upgraded gear and my best food. It was time for motor. Now, the motor fight took me forever, and I mean literally forever. I died during the first attempt as I took an ice crystal blast thingy straight to the face, and I got obliterated out of existence. While retrieving my body, I died to 2 1-star wolves, and by the time I got my body back, Motor had regenerated all of her health and was looking very menacing. I can only assume that she heard me trash-talking her in the last episode, because she called wolf after wolf after wolf, and Drake after Drake after Drake to her aid. I guess that's karma for you. However, eventually I was successful in defeating the Mother Dragon, and I took her head to place on the sacrificial stone back at spawn. Well everyone, that's it for today's episode. It was a bit shorter than usual since I've been putting a lot of hours into the Valheim server, but I hope you're enjoying the mix of content. If you are, make sure you're subscribed, and definitely hit the like button to show some support. It really helps me out. I'll see you all in the next video, which is coming very soon. Bye!